I just realized I had my mic muted. uh,
Hey guys,
oh, hello.
what up?
Not much.
Well, just want to tell you that my Bible book laptop, you know, it's getting fixed right now. Well, 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 I don't think it would be given back to me just for until it's completely fixed. You know,
Right.
yeah. How are you guys today? What are your goals for 2023?
Eh, I don't know.
Uh, yeah, I see. Great news is I have a new channel. You know, yeah, Jaded Couture longer video. Well, got here. Link. Jaded Couture longer videos. What do you think? Go check it out. Well, guys. Well, yeah, of course. Yeah, yeah. I enjoy it. I got to do my own live streams again. You know, on the Jaded Couture longer videos. And I'm finally able to make custom thumbnails on it.
Right.
Are you subscribed to that channel? Jaded Couture longer videos.
Not sure.
Oh, oh. Like, check out your longer videos right now. Click the link. Well, okay, subscribe to your longer videos. Well, anyways, yeah.
welcome to welcome to Yoda Soda Creations, the podcast. Your friends who are doing this is Zachary BC recent.
Yep. Show's on a Saturday. Won't be for the next 2 weeks, but that's a problem for later. Anyway, yeah. Been an interesting week. Yeah, Monday got home from house sitting. Probably did not much of anything the rest of the day. I was just resting. Tuesday, I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, so of course had to wake up early. And then got my hair done later that day. Did a bit of shopping on the way home. Of course, Wednesday through Friday was work, but yeah, I did get a few things in the mail. Of course, now I'm trying to remember, like, wait, what did I order? My brain is just like, bleh. Oh, right. Replacement air filter for my air purifier, new razor, and something I actually tried out today, a green screen. Yeah, that was fun. But yeah, today I actually recorded some more Breath of the Wild, and I'm making another attempt at trying to set up a server. However, I'm waiting a bit because I'm waiting for a particular mod to update. The Create Steam and Rails mod, because that adds monorails to the Create mod, and like, oh, that'd be some nice variation. Yeah, just waiting for it to update for compatibility with Create 0.5.1 or something like that. Hopefully that should be soon. Also found out that Valkyrian Skies is actually updated for 1.19.2. So, yeah, airships and boats and stuff. Yay! But yeah, I'm trying to keep it mostly basic stuff. Like, there's no like added dungeons or anything. Like some extra mods, a storage mod, of course, create and mine colonies. But other than that, it's mostly just like quality of life stuff, like fixing that bug where you lose experience when traveling dimensions, like ender chests and ender tanks that you can actually color code to have different setups, have different sets of chests for each. Some compasses that search out structures or biomes, and of course a map mod. Not like the normal world map stuff. It's actually an atlas mod. You can actually basically you put the vanilla maps in there, and it makes, I think it's supposed to make like a bigger map that you can zoom in and out of, maybe place waypoints. I'm not exactly sure. I've been testing it out. I haven't quite gotten that far. I mean, I could put it in creative mode and do it that way, but like I've been trying to test it out like the authentic way. But yeah, mostly stuff like that. Yeah. So like, yeah, that's basically what I've been working on. Yeah, other than that, um, not much. Been trying this new game that I got on Steam. It's like, have you ever played like Vampire Survivors? It's that style of game, but it's kind of more of a Diablo kind of theme to it. Actually, pretty fun. Although I've almost gotten all the achievements, so I may stop until they update or something. Anyway, yeah. What else? Yeah, what was it called? That's Hypixel. Yeah, that's been going okay. Been kind of distracted, so I haven't done as much grinding. Although I do want to get online at some point the next couple days because they're having like an anniversary event, and they're like bringing back some sort of bringing back some old stuff to make available to newer players. So yeah. Other than that, I think that's everything. So, how was your week?
Right, so it turns out the departure will be later than I strangely initialized. Basically, we have one more day, and then he'll be starting to make his way down south. One or two things there came in. Still waiting for that. Still waiting for that new case. Did a little bit of catching up after some. Did a little bit of catching up on some events after some more. After some second after another round of thinking. say I just had as expected for the some rearrangements. Hopefully there'll be events sometime within next week. Then. I'll be able to manage. Had your confidence in my sister's desires though, but manage.
Okay.
Manage to squeeze in some time after getting a sheet done for some. A few other things. Had to send a few security question marks this minute, but thankfully.
Yeah.
Thankfully didn't hinder things too much. I should probably use a little snack later, but we'll see what happens following stream.
Right. So. We're finally back to, like, non-YouTube pony stuff. Starting off with Bridlewoodstock. Yeah. It was pretty interesting. Like, Pip wants to put together a music festival in Bridlewood. Yeah, like, so, so it starts off with Izzy showing them this big open area with flowers that actually eat, with plants that light up at a certain time of night or year. Point is, the plants, glow and stuff. It's like, oh, this would be a great spot for a music festival. It's like, yeah, that's fair, yeah. So it's like, okay, you guys get the music groups. I'll handle everything else. Yeah, as you can imagine, this goes well. Um, so yeah, uh, so Hitch and uh, Sunny, yeah, get an old group to get them to agree to perform. It's like, with the incentive, like, oh, you'll be the headliner. And Zip gets this other group, like, they're on the fence, like, hey, you could be the headliner. And meanwhile, I'm like, oh no, I know where this is going. And Pip finds a third act. It's like, hey, wanna play at the festival? You can be the headline. It's like, yep, that's where this is going. Meanwhile, so that area I talked about, turns out there's like, you know how unicorns have like old myths and legends that they have the jinxies about. Yeah, it turns out there's a thing for this area. It's like, yeah, no music allowed, or else the Troggles will show up and steal stuff. Like, Pip is like, yeah, right. Those don't exist. Like, oh, you fool. But yeah, so Pip is stressing out over managing the festival. Izzy's stressing out because, well, yeah, music and Troggles, and oh no, Yeah, this can only end well. So yeah, festival time. Then, well, Hitch and Zip are a bit worried about the whole thing, because, like, the whole thing about the trog is like, is that gonna be an issue? But eventually they kind of chill out a bit, like, it'll probably be fine, though Zip isn't quite as chill as Hitch is. So, current status. Pip is freaking out, Izzy's freaking out, Zip is kind of cautious, Hitch just wants some fries with dipping sauce. And Sunny is doing her own thing. But, issue. So, you know how I mentioned that all the groups offered to have their respective musician be the headliner? Yeah, that's a bit of an issue. Like, okay, you can't have 3 headliners, that's just not done. And you don't want to demote the act because that'll just make them mad. Okay, how to manage this? Okay, why don't we try asking nicely, try to make a good point in favor of being the opening act, and they all do that. So now they're all the opening act. You know, if Twilight was still around, this wouldn't be happening. Like, she would have lists and stuff, and organization, and proper communication. But they managed to work it out. So the act that Pip got is going first, and it's all going well. There's like a nice musical number, and then the Troggles show up, and whoops! Turns out you didn't pay the Troggle tax. They're here to steal your voices. Oopsie. Yeah, that ain't good. So, everyone's freaking out, obviously. And okay, how to solve this? So, Izzy goes over the whole rhyme that there's obviously a rhyme for this for the Troggle myth, and they work out that the solution is rubies. Now, luckily for them, they actually totally decked out the stage with rubies. Although they're having a bit of issue getting the rubies off because they used some really, really good glue. But yeah, Sunny alicorns it up and starts yanking off rubies from the stage. So the Troggles are like, "Ooh, rubies! You have paid the tax. You may have your voice back." And everyone else starts grabbing rubies, like, "Okay, Troggles, here you go. Take them and leave." And soon enough, Troggles are gone. Everyone has their voices back. And Pip is like, "I have made a horrible mistake. I am so sorry. Should have listened to the people of Bridlewood. My bad. Show's cancelled." But yeah, the ponies of Bridlewood, like, "No, keep going. We're actually having fun, and now that the Troggles are dealt with, what's stopping us from continuing?" Like, okay. So the show must go on. So, to wrap things up, they get all the groups all together and Pip for one big performance. Turns out that you not only can have 3, but 4 headliners. And everything went well afterwards. Till the next episode. yeah, that was Bridlewoodstock. Pretty good, actually. And yeah, very enjoyable. Music was good. The whole issue of, oh yeah, better communication would have helped. It's like, okay, and the fact that they do the same thing twice, it's like, really? But it's like, fine. Oh, okay. Like the trouble stealing the voices, like, is it wrong that my mind immediately, when that started happening, my mind immediately went like, huh, looks like the stream of silence is outsourcing its work. Uh, yeah, that. Oh god, the act that uh, Sonny and Hitch got. It's like, oh my god, this is totally like a Gen 3 style thing. Which, to be fair, like, they were supposed to be like the first girl group, so it's like, it makes sense that it would be from the style of an older generation. So, like, that was a nice little touch. And yeah, no real complaints here. Yeah, a good start to what was it, like chapter 4 of the Netflix series. So, what were your thoughts?
So I've been really found some working characters have not been spliced into these previous two lengthy bits. Everything's a bit, at least for me. And yes, I also did notice these arrangement difficulties. Kind of harkened a bit to the kind of harkened a bit to how things are usually set up and advertised, which schedule doesn't come up until event itself. I say it's a combination of 1 and 3 with the cover artwork they did.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, definitely going for more of a retro style. Looked good.
Guest star was well handled, though it's worth mentioning. I saw her in a rerun of a special event on the game show beforehand. as long as it's getting lifted to their quality that they've obviously shown. I'm honestly surprised I didn't think of the stream silence until you actually mentioned that.
Oh.
I was more thinking to a. Should we talk about sometime over the past 2 months? One episode. Character collecting specific sound effects.
Ah.
That being said, all the theories going about. Can't help but wonder if this was ever a thing in the ever first original generation.
Yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to what the rest of Chapter 4 has in store for us.
And of course, if you kind of overlook some of the group references, there was Green Day, there was Beatles, or if you want to go somewhere a little bit closer to current millennium, Nobody's Angel.
Yeah.
And insert fresh off American Idol pop star here. Overall, yes, have a good entry, and definitely looking forward to what's to come.
to cheat. Hey. So, Disney fired everyone involved in Lightyear. Like, ooh. Not that. Oof. Final Fantasy VII Rebirth will feature a wide and multifaceted world and high degree of freedom. Okay, sure. And it'll be on 2 discs. Or, you could wait like a year or so for it to come to PC. Like, oh yeah, it'll be PS5 exclusive for a bit, but it's like, okay, I mean, I'm not buying a PlayStation 5 just so I can play Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth a year early. It's like, it's great that all these all these new games are like multi-console and on PC, but that also kind of takes away any motivation to actually, buy a console. Animega is launching a Kickstarter campaign for the Macross 2 anime release. Okay, not bad. Good to see Macross getting some respect, finally getting a release in America. I remind you, this is Macross 2, and come on, give us Macross Frontier already. That was like the last good Macross series. There was like Macross Delta, but I heard that didn't go over quite as well. Ooh, the Symbiote Studios Starlight Glimmer prototype has been revealed. Let me just. Oh, okay, not bad, not bad. Ooh, the Prague Film Orchestra played the Princess Twilight Orchestral Suite by Melodic Pony, who unfortunately passed away a few years ago. Okay, gonna keep that tab up to watch later. Apparently, the My Little Pony wiki is getting mentioned in an upcoming IDW comic. Interesting. Ah, the 40th anniversary special. Okay. Coyote vs. Acme, produced by James Gunn and Chis, or did I get or is that a type of Chris? Uh, Defaria remains in development. Illumination and Universal are reportedly closing a deal to make a Legend of Zelda movie. The real question is, do they keep Link silent? Adult Swim has been expanded for an hour starting August 28th at 6 p.m. Wow, that's early. With a new block, Checkered Past that will include reruns of older Cartoon Network shows. Well, it's not an adult. I don't think it's an Adult Swim thing, but like it's also a new block that'll be premiering. Several crew members were injured on the set of Gladiator 2 while filming a stunt sequence. Crew members have all been treated and experienced non-life-threatening injuries. Sony has sent a new version of Across the Spider-Verse to theaters with updated sound mixing. The animated Flintstones origin movie, Meet the Flintstones, is in the works at WB Animation. Aaron Horvath and Michael Jelenic will write the script. A new Leprechaun movie is in the works at Lionsgate. Why?
If I remember, what some people have said in regards to occasional Warwick Davis interviews, I think one of the things he wanted to do was to go to the Old West.
Ah. Super Mario Bros. Movie Power Up Edition on 4K UHD releases next week. Bonus features include a behind the scenes specials, Peach's lyric video, and leadership lessons with Anya Taylor Joy. New teaser for Secret Invasion, starring Samuel L. Jackson, Emilia Clarke, Kingsley Benadir, Martin Freeman, Don Cheadle, and Olivia Colman. The series premieres on June 21st on Disney+. New trailer for Stan Lee has been released. The documentary releases next week on Disney+. First clip for Twisted Metal, starring Anthony Mackie and Will Arnett, has been released. The series premieres on July 27th on Peacock. Pre-orders for Spider-Man 2 begin on June 16th. Exclusive skins and content will be available by pre-order or the digital deluxe edition. Apparently, Venom in Spider-Man 2 is not Eddie Brock. A Sandland game is in the works. Wait, Sandland. Oh, wow. Huh. That that's old. Yeah, that's another Akira Toriyama story. Yeah, I say old. It was like it ran for less than a year in the 2000s. Like only had one volume, so obviously it didn't exactly get received well. Sonic Superstars, a new 2D classic Sonic game is releasing later this year. Okay, interesting. Prince of Persia: The Lost Crown releases on January 18th. Huh, new Prince of Persia game. Been a while. A Bewitched animated series is in the works, described as Hannah Montana meets Wizards. Yep, that that is certainly a thing that is happening. Marvel Comics announces Predator vs. Wolverine, a 4-issue limited series written by Benjamin Percy, with art by Andrea DeVito, Ken Lashley, Kei Zama, Greg Land, and more. The first issue releases this September. This is only because they ran out of new people to Wolverine to fight, isn't it? Like, is Wolverine still in like 5 different comics at any given time? I stopped keeping track. Beyond the Spider-Verse will be the end of the Miles Spider-Verse films. There's this quote from Chris Miller. That's it for us. We're so tired. Also said that the whole goal of the Spider-Verse trilogy was to let everybody feel like it could be me, and show as many different types of people and animals being Spider-Man as possible. That's fair. You don't want to overdo it, or else, like, yeah, you just don't want to overdo it. Huh, 1 year from whatever this tweet was, a new Karate Kid movie will release in theaters with Jackie Chan currently in talks to return. Okay. The first trailer for Expendables has been released. It's Expendables 4. The film releases on September 22nd in theaters. Optimus Prime is being added to Fortnite. Because of course, yeah, of course he is.
You can probably guess what got released this week.
Yep. Ooh, okay, I'm interested in this one. The first trailer for Hideo Kojima Connecting Worlds has been released. The documentary premieres at Tribeca Film Festival next week. Oh. Okay. David Tennant and Michael Sheen are returning for Good Omens Season 2. The season will premiere on July 28th on Prime Video. Christopher Nolan says he didn't want to judge Oppenheimer in his film. Quote, that seemed a pointless exercise. That's more the stuff of documentary or political theory or history of science. This is a story of like your experience with them. That's fair. Across the Spider-Verse directors say that they asked themselves the, the Across the Spider-Verse directors say that they ask themselves when every film has world-destroying stakes, how do you differentiate yourself? How about the stakes being, I just need to save my dad? That's fair. That sometimes you need to like take things down a notch. They make the stakes bigger on a personal level than a global level. Perry Mason has been cancelled by HBO after 2 seasons. Jake Paul is set to star in his first feature film. The film follows a small-town youth rising to international fame through combat sports. How about now?
Stranger things happened. Too bad her friend wasn't around for much longer. I would imagine that Mr. Beast is on Ramsey's new cooking shows.
Yeah. Chris Hemsworth says his kids' friends criticized Thor: Love and Thunder. But it's a bunch of 8-year-olds critiquing my film. We thought this one had too much humor. The action was cool, but the VFX wasn't as good. I cringe and laugh equally at it. He also says he thinks he may have had a bit too much fun with the movie, and it just became a bit too silly. Okay. Captain America New World Order has been retitled Captain America Brave New World. SAG-AFTRA members have voted 97.91% in favor of a strike authorization ahead of TV theatrical contract negotiations that begin on Wednesday. Most likely this past Wednesday, depends on when the thing was written. So, the Apple Vision Pro releases in 2024. The starting price is $3,499 US. And I'm like, oh my god, they pulled a PlayStation 3. Like, for the price of that, you can get like 3.5 Oculus Pros.
Given time, something tells me the game effect might come into play. Like, remember when people used to complain how the game price was in the 60s range?
Yeah. Of course, the major thing is, this is Apple we're talking about. There's like a 300% upcharge on anything they make. speaking of Apple, I forget which video I was watching, but someone was talking about like their new stuff having like a different architecture that basically makes like the newer systems basically incompatible with like say a lot of the video editing software or something like that. Like, ooh. I need to look that up again. It's like, I mean, I don't use Apple products, so that's obviously not an issue for me. But like, Hocus Pocus 3 is in the works at Disney. Dan Slott will return with a new superior Spider-Man series this fall. What, is Dr. Octopus gonna steal Peter's body again? I, seriously, what is Marvel Editorial's issue with Peter Parker? Like, they just cannot give him a break. Tony Gilroy reveals that George Lucas told him that he loved Rogue One. Quote, I had a 45-minute conversation with him after he saw Rogue. He loved it, he really did. He had a lot of things to say that it was like a call from the president. So Twitch decided to make a huge mistake and put out new rules, basically limiting sponsorship deals for streamers. Like I think something along the lines like, oh, sponsor logos can only take up like 3% of the screen. No burned in audio, video, or whatever ads. Like, yeah. Apparently they had an AMA on Friday yesterday, and yeah, from what I've heard, that did not go well. Oh yes, speaking of Reddit, yeah, they uh they decided to start charging way too much for stuff that uses the API. So a lot of third-party apps and stuff for Reddit are going to be shutting down. As a result of this, several what was it? Several like lots of Reddit pages are going to be basically going to private mode for like 2 days. I think starting on was it the 14th or the 12th? Something like that. But yeah, they're basically doing it in protest. Oh wait, it wasn't the Twitch that had the AMA, it was Reddit. Reddit had the AMA. Twitch just like realized like, okay, we probably should have clarified what we meant by all this. So I'm getting my stories mixed up. but yeah. Yeah, generally not good times in the tech world. The Directors Guild of America has reached a tentative deal with studios and streamers. So, okay. Sean Bailey says the live-action Lion King franchise has a potential to expand into a big epic saga like Star Wars. Quote, there's a lot of room to run if we can find the stories. Like, oh god, no, why? Why? I mean, money, obviously money, but ah,
Let me see. It was especially slightly jarring when you realize that any possible sequels to the original subject material Hamlet are all unofficial.
hmm.
The listings for Tin Breasts is the one that was brought up.
Becky G has been cast in Blue Beetle. She voices Kaji Da, a being that imbues and controls the Scarab. Okay. Charlie Brooker says he got ChatGPT to write a Black Mirror episode, and it was shit. Quote, all it's done is look up all the synopses of Black Mirror episodes and sort of mush them together. Yeah, I mean, that is what it do. Got the first poster for Wallace and Gromit: The Grand Getaway, a new VR experience for the MetaQuest 2. Oh yeah, speaking of the MetaQuest 2, apparently it's the price is being cut by 100 at some point in the near future. But that's because they're coming out with the Quest 3, so, yeah. And that one's like $500. So by the looks of it, the controller looks a lot more comfortable to use.
Had some buzz running Ahsoka over the past week. Generous, I get to be producer for Wednesday Season 2.
Yep.
Getting back to prices in the game industry, the Starfield controller might upset some fans.
Oh.
Siberia animated series officially announced. interesting milestone for the One Piece anime. Henry Thurlow, first non-Japanese episode director.
Yeah, first look at Toxic Commando, a new zombie horror game with story by John Carpenter, releasing in 2024. Okay.
Angela is certified by Guinness World Records for most songs in animated franchise by same artist. Let's finish stuff for on today. Arabian Lining of the Woody Stevens. Caravan with Shape Her. Up to the mark at the Manhattan Sticks. Curtis Wish appeared again and won the Metropolitan Handicap despite a slightly stumbling start. And the belt was owned by Arcangelo. First female trainer to win in a Triple Crown. His grandson's of current race. Employees to vote over the new livery for the Canadian Pacific Kansas City. Counter Electrics made first run under Canary. What if those AAMs will be retained for maintenance work? Fundraisers hoping to buy. Quarter century old Oxfordshire Garden logo. Another Sim Princess in talks to return to Steam. And Dragon's Heritage unfortunately started to disappear. Erie Express having to buy from Steamrail. Here's your address 24 currently sitting area. Scope upgrades of the parts could be painted soon. What's of date receiving from full body overhaul. There are candles escalators from the family of Paul Jeffrey, Excalibur, Gristroke, Tarzan, Pat Casey BMX, Rishi Snyder, Simon Solskjaer, Western Pub. Sidney Powell, Superman 2, Pink Panther Strikes Again, Paul Eckstein, Longer Criminal Tint, Tim Jones, ABC 7, Pat Robertson, 700, Clip CDN, Big T, that we get Rapist Warriors. Perpendicular for the fields of middle distance champion. Like I said, should we tap listen to me afterwards? So I don't think there's a bit more for you this month than initialized.
Yeah. But yeah, it's like I think yeah, out of footage. Yeah, I think I went for like a hour 40 or so. It was fun. I got pretty much got the timing just about right for parrying the guardian beams. So that's good.
Now for 2 weeks of Sundays, and then normal Mr. July, and then no shipments normal to end of August. But yeah, trade continues. On the 18th, which States of Civil Goods was And hopefully, we'll see you next week. Take care.